Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel T-Spot. In this video, with only one remaining episode, the epic story of 1923 from the first season is about to come to a close. Normally, our assumptions were high from the current week's episode also, since we were expecting it to zero in on the finish of certain storylines, since covering them all in the last episode would be troublesome. Despite the fact that the episode in general was not bad, it also did not have enough twists or hunches to satisfy us, even though it appears that Taylor Sheridan is not on the same page as us. The story was generally less believable because the few twists relied on convenience. Let's go through the episode to get a more in-depth understanding of it now that we discussed our general feelings about it. Banner was having a party with two hookers at this modern house when Jacob and Jack jailed him at the beginning of the episode titled The Rule of 500. According to us, this scene is pretty unique to the Yellowstone universe. It is not because the Yellowstone shows have been prudes or anything, rather, the series typically lack a lot of explicit material. Certainly not at this level. When the police and Jacob showed up at Banner's door, he seemed to be having the time of his life. Banner appeared to be aware that this was the end of things because he was going to be imprisoned and then subjected to the requirements of the law, despite maintaining his confidence and continuing to threaten the Duttons. He was wrong, actually. Don, who was setting up new mines all over Montana, took control and made sure Banner would be saved in spite of the law. We don't know what Dan intends to do, but we do know that Banner is too naive to be the series villain and that the war between the two sides is just getting started. Don is our true antagonist, and Spencer will ultimately destroy him. Because Don's relationship with Banner's hookers was out of the ordinary, the cliché that bad men have twisted. Sickly fantasies reinforces his villainous nature. Do we enjoy the fact that this cliché villainizes flaws in people? No. Do we appreciate Sheridan's reliance on such clichés as a seasoned and talented author? Oh, no. The Duttons were discussing the true nature of politics and how they could save their land and nature from this mess as Don and Banner made full use of the opportunities presented by the time. Jacob gave a great speech about how the state works. At the end of it, he said that states don't make things better. They just serve as tools for the people to make sure the rich stay rich while the rest of the people suffer. This was yet another unusual scene given that the Yellowstone universe generally avoids making explicit political statements. We are not exactly surprised because it has always been obvious that the Duttons are traditionalists who place their own values above those of the state. Spencer and Alexandra, on the other hand, reach Italy, which appears to be their final stop before Marcel's. Even though the sun was shining, people were eating at fancy restaurants, and Alexa was having an amazing time. Everything looked great at first. However, Spencer was uncomfortable being surrounded by white people at a place that was more of a luxury spot. Alexandra was trying to calm him when something unexpected happened. Alexandra's ex-fiance and her entire family have shown up, and they immediately recognized her. It was undoubtedly a shocking moment that suggested Alexander would experience significant emotional turmoil throughout the season. However, for the time being, it was also kind of stupid. First and foremost, the world is, without a doubt, quite small. We detested it because it was too convenient for Alexander to meet her family there. We refuse to be told this fact, even though we are well aware of how unbelievable everything is. Sheridan's shows need to be more nuanced for us to find something funny or even surprising. In her opinion, similar events occur in 183, which lowers the quality of the show. Since the show has a lot of potential, we are really upset that the same thing is happening in 1923 as well. In addition, let's be honest. There was never a scene in which Alexandra was upset that she had left her family or had close ties to them. She was so careless about everything that she never mentioned them properly again. So we don't see the reason why would it be advisable for us to think often about her gathering with her loved ones. Most of the time, it feels like an unnecessary drama. And we think it would have been much better if they just got to Mount Everest. Even a second lion attack is something we prefer. We don't like that plot twist that much. However, neither of these was the storyline of Tiana, a character with whom we struggled to connect emotionally. Instead, it was the most interesting storyline of the episode. We met her father for the first time while he was learning that her mother had been killed, and we were unable to ignore her story. She met a boy there who was the protector's son. Their journey to locate Tiana has begun at that point. The threat of missionaries quickly brought the two back together despite their initial separation. This was a fascinating commentary on how Christianity spread beyond the United States, but also internationally. In fact, the main point of Tiana's storyline was the use of violence to convert people to Christianity. The missionaries also discovered Tiana, wounding and killing her guardian as well. The whole scene was definitely troubling, but we have to admit that the fact that the show doesn't give Tiana any lines makes it hard for fans like us to connect with her. We don't know her except for the fact that she is escaping the boarding school, despite the fact that she has one of the most intriguing storylines and the most tragic scenes. As a result, we believe her character is poorly written. She, on the other hand, is a character with a compelling plot. What do you think of 1923's 7th episode? Did you get what you wanted from the episode? Which plot line did you like best? Let us know what you think in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. Thank you for watching. See you soon.